What's going on YouTube? It's Midas, one half of the POV podcast, and I want to touch on a topic that has been blowing up all over the internet: men getting to the clubs for free. Now, the ladies out here have been losing their minds over this change. I don't even know if you want to call it a change, but kind of more of a shift, rather, where companies are now putting a lot more focus or a lot more emphasis into people that are the ones that are actually paying. Logically makes sense to me, but we finna go ahead and get into it. Before that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, and click the bell. And let's get into this video.
Why the club scene is over. The club scene is over because men want to be women.
I love to be the one to say it. Club culture dying is a huge reflection on how prominent the DL community actually is.
If you think being a bottle girl is fun, I'm here to tell you it's not. Today, I go in for my shift. It's a regular Friday. I get a section, and it's all girls.
Going to the club these days is basically just like renting a couch for 2.5 hours for you and your friends, when all of y'all already have a couch at the crib.
I'm going to tell you why the club.
Now, see, I heard that a lot from a lot of individuals that's been, big on the club scene and all that, where a lot of these clubs really are catering more to like sections, VIP and all that. It's really gotten away from the essence of what a club is. People coming together, partying, having fun, dancing, their favorite song come on, everybody hit the flow, everybody know the dance, blah, 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 blah. But now it's all about sections, VIP. So let's get further into this video.
Club scene is over. The club scene is over because men want to be women. And when I say men want to be women, they want to cut the line.
Wait, what? Men want to be women because they want to cut the line? So you saying that y'all are in long lines because y'all ain't paid to skip the line? Like the men are just inside warm while the ladies is outside shivering in their skirts? Is that what you saying? And men really want to be women, so they want to be in there first? Like, are you?
Well, that's kind of hard to argue too, because how do you say that men are the ones that want to skip the line when the club is the one that's making the change, that's making the shift? So if the club now wants to cater to the species that actually has the wallet, how does that correlate or translate into men now wanting to be women? How do you correlate the two? That doesn't make sense at all.
Saying that men are trying to beat the women inside? Like, what exactly are you saying?
I love to be the one to say it. Club culture dying is a huge reflection on how prominent the DL community actually is. Let's think about this for a second. That video that girl made, the viral video about how club culture is dying because guys want to be the girls now. Because men are so concerned being the center of attention. Basically, everything used to be about the woman. And why are men okay with this shift in priority? And why has the priority shifted in general? I think it could be for a couple things. One, I do think some men actually just like to flex on other men, and it's kind of like a big swinging contest. But that also used to include who would have the most women in their section and who would have the most beautiful women. That's not even something a lot of men are even checking for anymore, and it's because they don't like us. They really don't care about the women. They never did. And the fact that a lot of men are not caring about the fact that their sections are just
There's really people in this world that are delusional to their way of thinking. Like, if there's something that they want but they're not getting it, they will find a way to justify it by making it seem like the world is against us, instead of taking some type of accountability. How does club culture dying have anything remotely to do with the DL community? You saying that dudes want to be the center of attention, that's why they're not in the clubs anymore? What are you talking about? Priorities have changed. There you go. Priorities have changed. A lot of guys are seeing that there's no real value for them in the clubs. Y'all get in for free, a man gotta pay. Y'all getting drinks for free, men are paying. Men try to talk to y'all, and y'all say y'all don't want men talking to y'all. And not to mention, the clubs are extremely expensive for a very low product. Like, I always say this, if they turn the lights on in the club, just mid-club, they just turn the lights on, and you just look around, it's really just a whole bunch of adults standing in a big-ass room with IKEA couches. You sitting there with 2 bottles of Hennessy that each cost you about $300 that you could have got from your local liquor store for $40. Why isn't that the reason why men possibly don't want to go to the club anymore? Maybe the business model is bad. Maybe the environment don't feel like it's worth it. Maybe men don't like the music that's being played. Why do they have to be DL in order to not go to the club? All right, ladies, can I talk to y'all for a second? I just want to talk to my lady viewers real quick. Fellas, y'all can still stay. But ladies, can I talk to y'all for a second? I want to ask y'all a question. Are men allowed to make decisions for themselves that they think are smart decisions without including women? Are men allowed to do those things without being labeled? You can pull up so many videos of ladies saying that they don't go to the club for the men.
The answer to your question is no. We're not allowed to think for ourselves. Any issues that arise, it's a man's fault. Any problems that they have, anything that they can't figure out, anything that they can't get themselves out of, anytime that they get themselves cornered because they said something goofy and now they can't get themselves out of a corner, like everything is all a man's fault. Not allowed to think for ourselves or anything like that. At least that is what the current state of dating is today. And dealing with women today. That's how it's portrayed. That's how it comes off today. Okay. There's no accountability for the fact that maybe the club culture changed because maybe women changed. What is the point of going to the club when I know for a fact that all I am is a free drink? Why go to the club when I know for a fact that all I am is just an opportunity, a get by? Maybe you'll dance with me. Maybe you'll entertain me. Maybe. There's no reward at the end of it. And ladies, you have put yourselves on Front Street so much, have spoken loudly so much, have conveyed all of your ailments and problems and all of your wants and needs and desires and all of that so much that you have completely turned off men. You have. So now all of these so-called normal gathering social places such as a club, you destroyed that. Coffee, you destroyed that. Cheesecake Factory, you destroyed that. All of these regular places that were fantastic places to meet, go, mingle, chat, get to know one another, get to learn likes and dislikes and things of that nature. You guys destroyed all of that and completely made everything transactional. And since everything is transactional, I would rather spend my time stacking and spending my money on something that's going to make me more money. Not just blow it because I'm trying to make somebody feel good and boost their ego and fill up their Instagram pages or Instagram reels, whatever. So that you can feel good and you get your dopamine hit. Men are done. When does the reflection take place? When does the great reflection take place? Where are all the women that are going to start coming out of the woodworks and start telling all of the other women that the way that you guys are moving, the way that you guys think, the way that you're operating, and in your mind, you may not think it is, but to everybody else, it comes off as prostitution. That's what that's basically how you guys are packaging it. You're giving prostitution a new look, a new feel. It's like a Tesla. It's a new look. It's a new feel. It's still a pickup. The overall purpose is the same. It's to haul. And that's it. Let's get back into the video.
Okay, cool. You could pull up so many videos of ladies saying, I don't want guys talking to me. Okay, cool. So dudes is like, man, I'm just gonna link up with my bros. This is still my weekend away from work. I still want to enjoy my weekend. Let me go enjoy my time with my bros. So now guys want to hang out with their guy friends is DL. We are low-key in a recession right now, and when guys say, you know what, I'm gonna start budgeting my money, now that he gets labeled as cheap. Everybody's trying to budget their money. But if the guys are doing it, oh, you're cheap. Dudes is like, man, I'd rather just chill at home on my downtime, play the game with the bros or something. Oh, he's childish. Are we allowed to have our things? Are we allowed to make decisions outside of chasing women without being labeled? And y'all know I'm not one of these podcasts that like to bash women or nothing like that. But we gotta call a spade a spade. Women like this be ruining for the good ones.
Filled with men should be very telling as to how they actually feel. This is a lot of men's dream come true, and that's why it's not fucking changing. I do think there are two scenarios. One, the ego trumps your desire for women so much to the point where you're willing to be sharing a bottle with 20 other dudes to feel important and to feel like you're in a space of importance, opposed to actually prioritizing being around women. And they want to feel important so bad to the point where they're all fighting to get one Instagram story of one bottle that they didn't even fucking pay for, or they're just DL, or they dislike men. And that's exactly where they want to be, and they're happy in their home.
How do you use a man's ego against him as his reason why he's not going to the club? Why are you making it seem like the club is the place to be? I don't even understand that. Like, if men aren't going to the club, maybe they're doing something better with their time. Maybe they're doing something better with their money. Maybe guys are tired of the women that are in the club and rather find women in other places. Let's keep going, because I'm gonna be on this video all day. Before we get into that, I came across a website that y'all can make some side hustle.
I'm gonna go ahead and stop it right there because I don't want this to be a long drawn out video. You guys get the gist of what I'm trying to convey here. But to his point, why isn't that we have found way better things to do with our time and way better ways to spend our money that's actually going to either benefit us in a positive, utilize it in a way to where it's going to be way more lucrative. And I think that's another issue is he brought up that yes, we're in a recession, or things aren't looking as spectacular as they should. Okay, more of a reason to be a lot more conscious of your money. Okay, we are in a time to where you really need to be a lot more money savvy. You really need to be a lot more money conscious. Your financial IQ needs to increase drastically. And we need to be a lot more precise when it comes to where we put our pennies. Seriously. A lot of, from what it appears, okay, I can only go based off the evidence that's placed before me. I don't hear any financial intelligence at all when it comes to these type of videos or topics being dropped about how men it is and why this and why that. There's never any financial intelligence around it at all. I never hear that, you know what? I agree. Skip the club. Let's figure out how to, okay, I got this amount, you got that amount. Let's go ahead and look at this investment property and see if we can put a tenant in that. Start collecting monthly rent off that property. Or if Toro is, still a nice opportunity, let's get a vehicle or two. Put it on Toro, rent them out. But there's never, ever any conversation around how to grow the money, how to sustain the money, how to protect the money. It's always spend, 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 spend. I want, I need, I want. And there's never any level of any intelligence laid out on the table to come back into the fold so that we can build and grow. I just don't hear those type of conversations when it comes to these type of videos. I don't hear it. So maybe it's men are wisening up, leveling up, stacking it up, and doing something totally different with it. The club is no longer it. So if the club is no longer it, then instead of complaining that the club is no longer it, then you need to find out why the club is no longer it. And then put yourself in the midst of the new thing that it is, and learn what that thing is, and become intelligent in that thing. So if the new thing is real estate, or if the new thing is mechanical engineering, or whatever is going on, I'm just throwing examples out there, then that's what you need to start leaning towards and learning and things of that nature, so that you can get back in the midst of the men that you want in the club. Because they're no longer there. They're over here now. When the cheese move, you need to go where the cheese at. Ain't that what y'all do? If the cheese was over there with the dope boy over there, don't you learn how to go be with that dope boy and this, that, and the third? Well, if you want to be with these men over here, you need to learn how to be with these men over here. And learn what the new it thing is. I ain't got nothing else. I'm gonna leave it right there. Like I said, I just want to kind of do a quick in and out, touch on the topic, put my little 2 cents on it. But I think that's what it is. And to his point, this is not a bashing video or anything like that, but this is kind of more of like an eye opener. Pay attention. Look at the playing field. Look at the chess pieces. Okay, we need to start doing a self-reflection as to why the things the way they are. Men, for the most part, are reactive. We respond to the way things are, and we adapt. That's what men do. This is what it is. Okay, this is how I'm going to maneuver through this obstacle, and then we adapt to the new thing. Someone's calling my phone, but I'm gonna leave it right there, guys. Peace. Like, share, subscribe, and click the bell. Peace.